Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I'm Versailles. Today we're going to be doing challenges 1 through 14 of the November 2025 monthly challenges. I started recording this before, but then realized my settings got messed up, so I had to fix them. Fortunately, we have 2 accounts, so we can run it again. I only lost the first 2 adventures anyway, which don't really matter, but may as well show them. So, to start with, we have Zoe. Special rules are animated armor. This is all units have formidable. We're going to be using Anivia. This is alt account, so it's level 25. So for relics, we're using Grand General's Counterplane, Guardian Angel, and Lost Chapter. So we don't have full builds here, which I did suggest in the guide, and I did do on the main account, and you'll see that on 3. But you know, for these 2, we're just going to be using our level 25 and full chance is not elemental, but Formless Blade should be, so we'll take Nidalee. And probably just skip here at the champion item chest. We'll take Power Rift, that'll let us get Anivia on the board a little bit faster, and we go into Zoe, whose power is Sparky Kiddo. Round start, create a random 3 or less cost celestial card in the foe's hand, give it fleeting, and reduce its cost to 1. So, it's fine to do like the early challenges with basically anything. I use the new champions just kind of to show them off, but you could use like a level 2 Darius and it would probably be fine. Just keep that in mind. I'm doing this mostly to showcase and less because it's required or necessary. An attack here they'll block, we'll use Formless Blade, take Otacon, which probably won't ever get to play, but if we do, he's really strong. And next round we're going to be able to drop Anivia. We could prevent getting hit if we wanted by keeping that Harsh Winds, keeping the mana available for that. And I was wrong, we get to play Otacon because of the Sigil of the Storm. I'm just gonna attack with everything here. Some stuff might die, it's not a big deal. Oh, because he's formidable, he's actually not that good. My bad. Play Feral Mystic, get a card. Get stunned, play Ev. And play Flow. Play Ebb and Flow. These are all elementals, so we're scaling. And I don't think there's a way this attack doesn't win. The 88 power would be really good if you weren't formidable. And we win! Challenge number 2 is Taliyah. Special rules are Blinking Flames. All spells and skills deal 1 extra damage, and Mortal Marks when any player summons a unit, set its health to 1. Instead of Lost Chapter, if you wanted, you could use anything with Challenger, so something like Warrant Blade Rack or Grand Duelist Blade, since we don't have level 30, you could use, and then it gives you Challenger, so you can still throw Anivia into something to kill her so that you can use Guardian Angel to get an extra Anivia on the board. And there's no elemental spells here, so we skip. And that is also not elemental. Winter's Touch is, so we'll take it. And we go to the champion item chest, probably looking for cost reduction. The limitation is interesting. Ephemeral, I'm not sure how it interacts with Guardian Angel, so I'm going to skip. And we'll take Scout. Spells chest, if we see a cheap elemental, we'll pick it up. We do not. And we go into Taliyah, whose power is Team Power. Round start, the foe summons a landmark from their regions that cost 2 or less. And we can keep Volibear, keep Winter's Touch. Play Winter's Touch, it'll give us 2 mana gems. Then we can drop Bone Scryer here, and Feral Mystic. Then we'll drop Anivia. This happened to me last time too. They just like are weird about playing cards. You think they would put something on the board, but here we are. I'm going to drop Volibear. Relentless Storm is elemental, so technically they should give us mana gems every time. It doesn't look like that happened. I don't know. Whatever. Tackling the game. No big deal. Alright, back to the main account, and hopefully we're done being disoriented. You guys probably weren't, but I sure was. Challenge 3 is Ezreal. Special rules are Swain and Ezreal. Special rules are Lingering Shadows. When a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1/+1. And we are using Guardian Angel, Grand General's Counterplan, and full build here. And again, we're looking for elemental spells that will pass here. I feel like these should be elemental, but they're not. And I no longer care. Stone Weaving is good enough. At the shop, we'll take... Could do Farsight on Taliyah, but probably don't want that too much. Regen on Anivia shouldn't matter. So I guess we'll take cost reduction on Crystalline Stormraptor. We play it early, that's good, and we can take Farsight on Stone Weaving. It'll give us a round 1 elemental spell. Then we go into Swain, whose power is Suffer. Round start, deal 1 to all the player's damage unit. So round 1 is going to be Stone Weaving. And we'll take this stun card, and we'll pass, let them play a card, and we'll pass. They do nothing. Well, I guess either way, we're playing Crystalline Stormraptor. And we're passing. Didn't get our champion, so that is a little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna play Explosive Minefield. They'll probably play a card, and then we'll just copy it with Taliyah. And we could Cryo Phoenix here, but then all our units would die, so that's probably a bad plan. Instead, we're going to drop Flame Color Caprine. And we're going to attack here. And we pass. And we pass. They attack. We're going to use Harsh Winds. And any of the 4s are our highest blocker. I'll use one of those. Drop Anivia. We are enlightened, so we level up. We attack. And this should win. Messed with the sound a little bit too. Hopefully the music's a little easier to hear. It was there, but I think it was really low volume. Shadow Totem is effectively deathless on Anivia. I think. Depends how Ephemeral works. And we'll take cost reduction, and we go into Ezreal, whose power is target practice. The foe's spells cost 1 round start, create a fleeting static shock in the foe's hand. If they have a champion level, to create a fleeting true shot barrage instead. But yeah, let me know how you feel about the sounds, because I never feel like I can get those right. Like, managing the sound of my voice versus the sound of the game feels like an impossible task. But hopefully it's in a good spot, and you know, you're getting what you want out of it. I'm gonna drop Crystalline Stormraptor. I think my goal was to kill the Patch 4 bot, but I failed to do that, so Crystalline Stormraptor, not a good plan there. We will drop Anivia, and hopefully we make 2 Agnivias here. And we don't. We only get the one. It's fine. You pass. I play Cryo Phoenix. We should hit Enlighten before it goes off, so the units will die and ours will not. And then we will play... I don't know. I guess Taliyah is fine. I missed and didn't play Taliyah. Alright. Like, why is there a Feral Mystic on the board instead? Oops. Whatever. Back win the game. Challenge 4 is Sejuani. Special rules are Savage Mysticism. Round start, each player gets a mana gem, and that's it. And we're going to be using Annie for this. Again, she's new, so we're showing her off. Although, typically, like, Annie is fine anyway. It's not a big deal. We'll be using Luden's Tempest, Treadway Chase Gun, and Guardian Angel. Grand General's Counterplan is a good sub for Guardian Angel, because sometimes it's hard to actually get Annie killed in low power adventures. So her sweet spot tends to be like, I don't know, 4 stars, where things are still attacking you and you can sacrifice. And if not, then I would typically end up going with Guardian Angel instead, so that you can just replay or use her champion spell, which is really good. And we're going to take Fiddlesticks because guarantees us to draw Annie. You do want to be drawing your Annie. And I got more Crowstorm because I love Crowstorm, but that's probably not actually a good idea. And we pick up Deathless. Deathless plus Guardian Angel is a timeless combination. And we go into Sejuani, whose power is Endure. When the foe summons a unit, grant it +1/+1. So many words to say for something that's gonna die. Like instantly. But it's fine. Drop our Annie. She will create some warning shots. You play your warning shots. Drop your Legion Saboteur. They attack, you block. Because of Deathless Guardian Angel, you get 4 warning shots. You play those as well. Now you attack and the game is won. See how pointless it was to talk about anything? Challenge number 5 is Gangplank and Karma. Special rules are On Guard. Round start, create a fleeting single combat in all players' hands. We can use this to get rid of our Annie. And Sovereign's Domination. Round start, the foe summons an ephemeral copy of the player's strongest follower that died last round. And honestly, it's probably worth it to swap out here to Grand Generals because we're going to be able to remove our Annie every round. But I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do that. And at the support, doesn't really matter, I don't think. I'm going to take Lucian because he's cheap. And then Death's Hand cost reduction is fine. Death's Hand double damage is fine. And now we're out of mana, or gold rather. And we go into Gangplank, whose power is the Saltwater Scourge. Round start, the foe summons a Powder Keg. The first time the foe starts the round with less than 15 health, they create a Dreadway in hand. We keep Captive Grey back because it does a lot of damage. And we're going to start by dropping Annie. Make sure you have enough hand space to fit the warning shots. And we'll drop Lucian as well. We probably do like this. And we're going to Death's Hand for 16. Okay, sounds good. Block with Annie, and he dies. Double warning shot. Double damage really went far. And we'll take Challenger so that we can more freely sacrifice. Get rid of our worst card, which is Prefect maybe? Go into Karma, whose power is Guided Meditation. Game start, all players have 10 mana gems. I think this is fine, roughly. We have all our champions to start. I'm gonna drop Annie. Play our warning shots. We can Guile here if we want, we don't have to. a little bit afraid to drop Lucian. I think he has strong potential to die here. Gonna Radiant Strike and Disintegrate, though our Annie will kill their Karma, and we also get 2 warning shots out of it, which we'll play. Then we'll also Death's Hand. I think on the Eye of the Dragon said they can't heal, and that should be good. I think we attack here, win the game. Yeah, looks like for some reason this wins. Okay, Manisoul Student did the damage. Challenge number 6 is Zed. Special rules are frenzied fighting. The player's units have +2/+2, round end deal 2 to all the player's units, and swarm tactics. When the foe attacks, they summon an ephemeral attacking arachnoid horror. So we're going to use Annie again because, you know, that's what we do. Ahri has a lot of recall, so we should be able to dodge the worst parts of frenzied fighting that way. I think that is probably good. You could really go into Silent Shadow Seer here, and like, let's say, try to make your dancing droplet as big as humanly possible. So like right now it's 14, 17. Probably not actually a good idea, but it's a little bit funny, so I did it anyway. And we'll take Spirit Stone and Annie. We go into Zed, whose power is Blade in the Darkness, round end. If the player's Nexus took damage this round, the foe's strongest unit strikes it. Probably should have actually kept rerolling for something like Deathless or Shadow Totem, but whatever, didn't matter. We have a giant dancing droplet, what could go wrong? If they play any elusive like that, that could go wrong. But we'll just stun, and then they played a second elusive. So it really ruined my entire day. And he's pretty good against Zed because you can Guile. And we are going to get attacked here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but overall fine. Drop Ahri. And we'll drop... I play Manisoul Student, Ahri's dead. Get rid of this Zed, they'll play another one. But we can do this. And we'll pass. Finally get our Annie, who we will drop. Play 2 warning shots. Stun one of the elusives. And we're gonna block and Homecoming here. Drop another Annie. Double warning shot. And we attack. Annie's gonna get recalled to hand. Which means that you can drop another Annie. We might need to play another card first, because our hand's kind of getting full. Spirit Stone was a bad plan. And we'll just warning shot again. Easy. Challenge 7 is Caitlyn and Tahm Kench. Special rules are Dune Striders, it's a Shurima discount, and Prophet of an Elder God 2. When the foe attacks, spawn 3. We're going to be using Nidalee with Lost Chapter, Crown Guard, and Tempest Blade. This is just to take advantage of that Dune Striders. Nidalee is super strong and totally unnecessary in this level of adventure. But there's kind of nowhere else to put. I mean, this month was like fairly easy. We didn't need strong things towards the end, so it seemed fine. And take Deathless on Fiora just for fun, and Crystal Carrier on Bristlehog, and go into Caitlyn, whose power is on the case. Round start. Plant 1 Flash Bomb Trap in the top 8 cards of the player's deck. Yeah. Keep our Bristlehog. Shouldn't have dropped it. That was a mistake, actually. Fine. We're gonna ambush. If we dropped it after, we would have gotten more value out of it. because it would have counted towards Nidalee's level up. Still keeps Crystal Carrier when you transform. And I think I need to play 2 cards, which I am incapable of doing. Nah, it should be okay. We'll play 1. We take the hit because we can't avoid it, and then we play the Shadow in the Brush. This will level us up. And then we attack because they're all stunned. We win the game. Like I said, a little bit too strong for this adventure, but overall, fine. I don't know if Quick Strike Blade is right. You can take Radiant Plate Armor though, because when you play as a Shadow in the Brush, it only costs 2 regardless. And we'll get rid of Towering Pyrophant, and we go into Tahm Kench, whose power is Big Feast. When the foe summons a unit, grant it +0/+2. All-Terrain Trooper is one of my favorites, so we'll do it properly this time. Drop Nidalee, transform Nidalee, block, and we drop. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to do Bristlehog. Sad. Now we'll drop Bristlehog. And we do want to attack here. Then we'll drop All-Terrain Trooper as a Shadow. Transform, this will give us our level up. Level up gives us Rally. This isn't quite enough to win, so we're going to do some transforms. Hoping to get bigger units, not smaller ones. And now we have enough to win. Challenge 8 is Katarina. Special rules are Embrace the Current. When the player plays a spell, they refill 1 spell mana, and Puff goes the Puff Cap. Round start, plant a poison Puff Cap in the player's deck. For this, we're going to be using Veigar. I have double Ludens and Chemtech, that's what my spreadsheet says, so we're going to go with it. There's like a lot of minor tweaks you can do with Veigar, and none of them like super matter. I think the biggest thing is that if you have Frozen Tomb, you're going to want to use that. We're going to take Fiora again, just for funsies. And I think we pass and go to the champion item chest. Cost reduction is always good. I think even -1 is fine, because we might not find -2. And we go into Katarina, whose power is Inspiring Presence. When the foe plays a champion, grant their other units +2/+2. Katarina is actually pretty good at playing other units first and then dropping Katarina, which is unusual for the AI to do things properly. But since they only have mana for Katarina here, they drop her, and we remove her, and we drop our Twisted Catalyzer. And we're going to attack here. We should play a unit, which we will remove, and we'll drop a Veigar. They could play another unit, which I would like to remove, but I did not have the mana for. But we'll kill her now. And we pass, dropping Twisted Catalyzer. Should have actually dropped Fiora there. But we'll Darkness this guy anyway to level up Veigar. Now we just need to wait for Chemtech Duplicator to become active, and we win the game. So we'll Darkness that Katarina. Again, should drop Fiora, keep forgetting. And we pass. And because Chemtech is active and Darkness does 10, we automatically win the game. Pretty good. As another overreaction, Challenge 9 is Poppy and Swain. Special rules are the Bandle Tree. Bandle Magic, game start, the player summons the Bandle Tree, and Natural Talent, game start, the foe starts with 3 spell mana, using Warwick with Double Stalkers and Guardian Angel. Anything with Double Stalkers should probably be fine here. I'm gonna take Kale because nothing matters. And we go into the shop. I feel like my voice is getting scratchy. Double damage, probably not too worth it. Regen on Warwick. Unnecessary because he's 6 stars, otherwise probably take that. but my hero with Titanify is good. I don't know. Nothing really matters. Take Boom Crew with Crystal Carrier. Then we go into Poppy, whose power is Heroics. Round start, grant the foe's strongest ally +1/+1 for each of their other allies. Try to clear my throat, see if I can make it not sound like it's scratchy. But I don't think it's gonna work, so apologies. I don't even know if you can notice. I can notice because it's in my throat. So we didn't draw her champion, which, you know, we wanted to do. Shouldn't actually matter too much, especially with my hero on the board. Our units are just going to keep growing, and everything is going to be fantastic. Play a Cask Salesman, and we can Blood Hunt here. And we'll get rid of the Bandle Tree because it's basically a negative. And we have a lot of elusive damage, so shouldn't be possible to lose here. The general idea was Warwick would come down with Stalkers, clear the board, which eliminates Poppy's power, and that was kind of the plan, but, you know, Titanic, Mahira, also a good option. We go into Swain, whose power is Suffer. Round start, deal 3 to all the player's damaged units, so maybe I should have picked up that regeneration. So normally you would wait to play Warwick until they have a unit on board, so we're going to do that. Because at 2 mana they might not play anything, and we don't want to just lose the value. Drop him here, still way too much. You could technically hold if you needed to. So this is not quite winning, we want to do a little bit more. Drop our Titanic Mahira. If they do end up blocking, nope, they just didn't play a unit. Okay. I was gonna say if they block Warwick, then we could use Blood Hunt to challenge, but instead they did nothing and died instead. Challenge 10 is Tahm, Kench, and Ashe. Special rules are only the strong. Round end, kill all units except each player's strongest, and Ook. Game start, the foe summons a Powder Monkey. Because of only the strong plus Ashe, you're going to want to play like a Spellslinger here, something that doesn't depend on units, because your unit is going to have 0 power. You maybe use Strength of Stone as a relic, so that you can have Formidable, then it wouldn't be such a big deal either. This is the build I normally use on Fiddlesticks, but instead, since no Epic Relics, we're going to do double Chameleon's Necklace and Chemtech Duplicator. Echoing Spirit, obviously much better than Chameleon's Necklace. And you can take anything you want here, it doesn't really matter. Just remember that you're only going to have 1 unit on the board. So I'm going to pick Aurelian Soul. And at the shop, it's a little interesting because a lot of things don't matter. I have so many rerolls. The Gigaphage on Aurelian and Ardent Sensor on Crowstorm. Actually still reroll. Manifest on Reap. Then we go into Tahm, Kench, whose power is Big Feast. When the foe summons a unit, grant it +0/+2. I don't think Tahm, Kench is going to pose any problem at all. And keep our Crowstorm. It's the main thing that matters. And we'll pass. Block. This gives extra Terrifies when a unit dies. And we'll pass again. I thought they were going to play something. Pass again. And we'll Crowstorm here. And block. And we'll play the Lurking Nightmares. They're going to die because of only the strong. But they become nightmares anyway, so it's fine. And we attack. Easy win. I mean, not that it's possible for us to lose this early with Fiddlesticks, but even at 3 stars, Fiddlesticks would be doing similar. And take double attack. I don't know that Fiddle will actually stay on the board, but it kind of doesn't matter if he doesn't because we have extra copies anyway. Should overall be fine. Get rid of the Fangs here and go into Ashe, whose power is Creeping Chill, and start Frostbite, the player's strongest unit. So again, this is where our strongest unit is going to get frostbitten, and will also be the only unit on the board. Drop Shallow Siren here for the Terrify, and of course all damage you deal also terrifies. I think we just pass, it's fine. So yeah, you can see our unit was at 0 power. Yeah, that's the whole thing. You play an extra unit but it dies, and then this one's at 0 power. Then we're going to Crow Storm to get rid of the Ashe. And again at 0 power, which is why we're kind of relying on Terrify here. And we're going to Reap. Taking Tiana. Can attack here. Fiddle gets on the board, everything else dies. And of course Fiddle is at 0 power, but they're running out of cards in their deck, so we're going to Crow Storm. And we're going to pass. Drop Aurelion Soul here. So yeah, not too bad. Challenge 11 is Karma. Special rules are Empire above all, round, and grant all units +2/+0. Repetition: when any player plays a spell, they copy it with the same target. Seed of Power: game start, the foe summons an Emperor's Dais. Monkey Munitions: when the foe attacks, they summon a Flame Chomper, challenging the player's strongest unit. And for this, we're going to be using Nami with Double Grand General's Chemtech. Because of the repetition, we should basically have infinite spells. Also, we'll start with full mana, so should be pretty good. Since you have all the mana, you could take something like Mordekaiser if you wanted. Kind of wonder if we could win with Rise on like round 2. Let's find out. And if not, we're gonna win through just Nami existing anyway, so not really worried about anything. And take Deathless on Nami. That way, in case something weird happens, we're still fine. And we go into Karma, whose power is Guided Meditation. Game start, all players start with 10 mana gems. Keep Delve. Keep Answered Prayers because it draws a champion. Delve is mostly for my fun. I'm gonna play Nami, and then we're gonna do Answered Prayers here, spawning 2. Maybe could have spawned before. I think we would have gotten most of the mana back out of that. And we'll drop Rise here. Just gonna eat the damage because I don't want to think about it too much. And we'll delve into the past. We'll take the spell mana refill. Okay, this plays 4 times. Draw a card, deal damage, and these are repeats, so that's unfortunate. But I guess we couldn't hold them all anyway. Chart of Betrayal comes down. And we're out of mana. But we can still ebb. Oh, we're out of non-spell mana. We have an infinite amount of spell mana. And we flow. And we ebb and flow. And realistically, the game is over already, so I don't need to try to do my crazy Rise thing. So if you have 6-star Ashe, this is the build for Ashe. We're going to use her as if she is not 6-star though. I'm going to change some things around. Troll King's Crown, Grand General's Counterplan, and Archangel's Staff for the mana. I don't know if this is the best build, it's fine though. You could use like Corrupted Star Fragment as well. Challenge 12 is Fizz and Draven. Special rules are Fortify and Frost. This is why we're using Ashe. All your cards cost 1 less. And welcome to the crew round start. Give the player's strongest unit vulnerable this round. Talking is so hard. I'm also tired, so I'm like half laying down. And I don't actually know what to take here. I'm going to take Shen. He has lifesteal, so if anything goes wrong, which it shouldn't, we have lifesteal. Want something better than Shadow Totem. Maybe something with mana gems. Spirit Stone's kind of interesting. We're getting like low on rerolls anyway, so. We go with Fizz, whose power is Mercurial in nature. Round start, the foe creates in hand a fleeting spell that costs 3 or less from their regions. It costs 1 less. And just keep this. Didn't draw our champion, which is probably fine. Play Rhyme Fang Wolf, one of the best cards in the game, probably. Well, at least in this deck. One of the best cards in this deck. We will also drop a second wolf. This lets us basically remove all their units. Drop Shen, removing their barrel. Can't really do anything about this. We'll flash freeze just to make it so we don't take any damage. And we'll drop our Wild Alpha Claw, who has way too much power because of the 6-star ability. And we'll challenge some of their units. Fortunately not winning here because we don't have Overwhelm, because Overwhelm is on Ashe. We still don't find our champion, but it is fine. Take cost reduction on Ashe, maybe we'll see her this time. And at the champion item chest we can take more cost reduction, so she'll be free, and we go into Draven, whose power is God among gladiators. Round end, the foe summons Draven if he isn't in play. When Draven attacks, give him +1/+0, and double attack this round. And of course we don't draw our champion again.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
Safeguard our owns.
I killed my Avros and Sentry to try to draw, and still did not. So things are going super well. Drop Shen, this will block. Get rid of the Draven. Forgot about the double attack. Draw a card. Play Avros and Sentry. Play it again. And we're gonna get rid of both of them so we can draw 2 cards. Okay, we're just not gonna see Ashe. That's that's just how this is gonna go. We don't need Ashe to win, but still. This is a little bit ridiculous here. Gonna flash freeze that and block. We'll take 2. And we're going to drop Alpha Wild Claw next round. And because of the 6-star power, all of our units are huge. So we're going to win. But if not, if we weren't winning here, we're totally in control anyway. For example, we would Crystal Arrow. And Flash Freeze. Now none of their units can block. Challenge 13 is Yasuo. Special rules are on natural selection. Players' units have Evolve and Sandboarding. When the foe gets the attack token, they summon a Roiling Sands. To be used in Spirit Blossom Teemo with Scourge's Dash, Chemtech Duplicator, and Grand General's Counterplan. Oh, my guide says use Wicked Harvest. That's fine. You could. I didn't. I'd take the other Spirit Blossom champion just for fun. And Mage Seeker Insider sounds fine. And we'll take Quick Strike Blade? I don't know. Probably could have rerolled for something better. We go into Yasuo, whose power is Gathering Storm. When the foe's units attack, stun the player's weakest unit and the foe draws one. I think I'm just going to update my relic build. The Scourge's Stash. Alright. It's like fine. And we didn't draw Spirit Blossom Teemo, so maybe I should have rerolled a little bit harder. That's fine. Also should have played Entrapment there. Not playing it was a pretty big mistake, actually.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall? Life and death, no
Bleeding Spirits copies an enemy follower. So we'll do that. And we'll get rid of Yasuo. And we'll attack. I assume they don't block. Fine.
kid. You'll get it. Tough road. Keep each other safe. Quick footwork. Fast strikes.
An interplay of shadow.
And we'll get rid of Yasuo. We'll take a bunch of damage here. This would all be better if we had our champion. And you can tell my voice is just completely dying, so that's fun. Place Shadow Swindler. Wow. Wow. And we're gonna again take a bunch of damage here, which we can't do much about. But it's fine. Drop Yasuo. Rid of a unit here. And we're gonna double stun. We have stolen a fair amount of our opponent's cards, so things are going pretty well.
We do not linger.
Just gonna attack with everything here. And we're gonna stress defense.
Destiny waits.
Drop Pathless Ancient. Play Final Spark. Still haven't seen our champion. And Yasuo back to hand. Doesn't hurt. It just is really messed up. Gonna stun 2 units here. Play Mark of Arrows. Dance of Arrows. I have no idea what that spell's called. Stun 2 more units. Final Spark. And final spark. And look, we got our champion. We can begin playing the game. So yeah, that works a lot better if you start with your champion and you know, don't find him 9 rounds in, because then they have no units and, you know, a lot of buff caps in their deck instead of they don't have that, and then you just end up doing nothing. So try your champions. And to finish off this set, totally unrelated to the fact that my voice is dying, we're going to be using Swain on challenge 14. Need to change my things again. Curator's Gatebreaker. So this is the normal build that you would use for like weekly nightmares or whatever. Scourge's Stash and Riptide Battery. So this is the free-to-play build instead. And special rules are Arms Race, game start, all players summon 2 Funsmiths, and a little off the top round start, give the foe's strongest unit +1/+0 this round for each card in the player's hand. And mini boss is Misfortune, and final boss is Fizz. I think because of Arms Race, Swain will do really well here, even at 3 stars. I mean, 3-star Swain is still very good. I'm going to take Ezreal because of Static Shock, plus 2 Funsmiths. If you do have the Star of Discovery, you can just buy any spell that exists because it gets Pyromantic Wake on it, so you just buy one of those, doesn't even matter what they do, just buy them regardless. Don't think that's that good. Deathless on Swain, sure, and we want one more power. Crystal Carrier on Arachnoid Sentry is fine. And we go into Misfortune, whose power is Boarding Party. When the foe's units attack, deal 1 to the player's battling units and the player's Nexus. Vocal cords appear to be working again, so hooray for that. Keep Swain. Didn't need to do damage to get him on board, so we're just going to pass here. And we're going to pass again. And now we're going to kill this unit, which, because of the 6-star power, is going to hurt all the rest of them, but if not, you'd still be able to play your Swain. And we win! I feel like perhaps I've underestimated Riptide Battery on Swain, because that was crazy. Big Shadow Totem. Maybe that should just be part of his normal build. But then you do have to wait until not round 1, but that doesn't matter that much. Heart of Iron Legionnaire, go into Fizz, whose power is Mercurial Nature. Round start, foe creates in hand a 3 or less cost spell from their regions, it costs 1 less. They're gonna pass again. I don't want to lose that guy. Death's Hand now. Nah, still probably better to wait. Oh, that triggered Plunder. That's not good for them. And we have Deathless plus Shadow Totem, so we got a second Swain on board. May as well. And attack and win the game. Swain's obviously like way too broken to use on that adventure, but whatever. Gotta use something somewhere, right? And that is all for this first set. We'll do more as the days go by. Patch is coming out on Wednesday, so I do want to be finished before then. Means I probably have to do like an extra video somewhere, or maybe I take this to 16. What's 70 divided by 4? 17? That's too many. Yeah. So that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe. Obviously nothing significant in the first 14. You could do this with any champion. I have no idea why I picked so many strong champions here. I think it's just how it kind of worked out with how easy I feel like this month is. So yeah, I don't know, but I used a lot of strong champions on a lot of weak adventures, which is maybe not what you should be doing. But anyway, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. As I said, if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.